Nice to meet you all in this session of the lesson Attitude is Altitude from the 10th class textbook of SSC Board, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Unit 1, Section A, Attitude is Altitude. The title Attitude is Altitude says the height which we go or the extent which we go in our life depends on our attitude. Attitude means the way of thinking. That is, how far we will go, how great a success we will find, all depends on the way we think. Where there is a will, there is a way. Right? Come, let's get started with this lesson. Firstly, here we are asked to imagine having no arms to stretch in the morning or any legs to kick the pebbles or ride the bicycle. What would be our condition? Yes, it's just unimaginable. It would be horrible. Is it not? Yes, and the same thing is with Nick. He neither has hands nor has legs, yet he is a superstar. He is a great example for us all to follow. Let's see what Nick does. Though he doesn't have legs or hands or arms, and he's called a torso. Torso means only the part of a body from our head to the trunk part. Only that's called the torso. Though he's a torso, he plays football, golf, swims and surfs. Okay, so this shows how much self-confidence he has, how much a courageous person he has, and how much determined he is into proving himself. And Nick uses the small foot on the left hand side of his hip. You can see that in the picture. That foot helps him to balance his body. And he says without that foot he would have been lost. That is, he could not have done all the things which he is doing now without that single foot on the left hand side of his hip. And then just because he is a torso, don't think there is no craze for Nick. His friend, one of his friends says that many women or many girls are crazy about Nick's courage, Nick's boldness, his character. And Nick says that he is waiting for the right girl in the sense the girl who would understand him completely, who would know his nature, who would know how to live with him and all the same, so that he can have the best partner, the life partner who could live with him for ever and ever. And Nick says about, now if we have the information about his parents, when he was born, his mother was a nurse, and nurse know more about taking care of a child. So his mother was a nurse, and despite being a nurse and having a baby like this was very disappointing for the mother. And till Nick was 4 months old, she could not leave the baby at all. That small size the baby was. And still horrible was the father's condition, who could not look at the baby and just come normally like any other father. He just got vomiting. In the sense, it was very strange for him to look at a child like this. And the doctor said that the child, that is Nick, had a disease called phocomelia, which is a very strange disease. And as a nurse, his mother has taken utmost care, yet this situation, so she blamed herself that she had done something wrong. And then the best of all the decisions that his parents had taken is to join him in a mainstream school. And his mother was not disheartened by looking at him as a torso. She started taking the other way round to make her child self-reliant. she had made some gadgets. So that is, she invented a special plastic device that meant he could hold a pen and a pencil. And then his father taught him how to type, and also he taught him how to swim. So they made the child, that is Nick, self-reliant right from the beginning of his life. And when Nick was joined into the mainstream school, you all know children generally tease the people who are disabled. The same thing occurred with Nick. People or his classmates, some of his classmates teased him, bullied him. That was very much depressing for Nick, and he hated his parents for joining him in a mainstream school. And later on, he understood that that was the best decision that they could ever make, because it made him capable enough to live in a real world, not in an imaginary world where he might think that there won't be any teasing around. He got the real experience of life. And he says that Nick, when he was 13 years old, when he was 8 years old, he went to his mom telling that he wanted to kill himself, because such terrible was the experience when all his classmates teased him. And then once he even tried to drown himself in the bath, but luckily he was saved. That is, even Nick, who is such a courageous person, underwent the temptation to end his life, yet he overcame it. And later on, he started getting adjusted with his life, and one of the best part of his life is he went through an article of a disabled person when he was 13 years old, and this article gave him the strength to live. A new energy filled in his heart, and he got the energy, he got the hope, he got the desire to live his life. And that is where he decided that he won't complain about what he doesn't have, but he would be happy for what he has. And he thought that the beauty in his eyes are the best thing that he ever has, and he would use it to give hope to others. The hope that the article gave to him, the same courage he wanted to give to the people who looked at him, who listened to his words. And that is where the new motivational speaker, Mr. Nick, was starting his career as a motivational speaker. And then the challenges, he says that the challenges in our lives are not there to run us over, they are not there to defeat us, and they are not there to overtake us and go. They are there to strengthen our convictions, they are there to help us build ourselves in a strong way. The more the challenges we face, the more strong we become. That is what Nick says. And then once he even shares one of the humorous incident wherein the traffic, as there was a traffic jam and he was near the traffic lights, a girl was looking at him because he was looking very handsome. And he wanted to show the other side of him, so he did a 360-degree spin on the seat, and the girl was shocked to look at such a body. That is, no one could have seen a person like Nick without hands and legs. She was shocked and she ran away, she fled away from there. And later we get to know about how Nick got to surfing. He took coaching from Bethany Hamilton, and even her arm was bitten by a shark, so she could understand the difficulties, the drawbacks, what are the shortcomings of a disabled person. Maybe that's why he was very much able to pick up with surfing very quickly. And Nick did a very thrilling stunt. It was one and only person who can do that stunt, because he had a low center of gravity. That is, he did the 360-degree spin on the surfing board. You know, the surfing board is already on the waves, and Nick is on the surfboard and Nick is doing 360 degree. This no one can do, no one in the universe can do except Nick, and Nick made the best of his body structure. So he made the right use of this body structure and he did the 360 degree, for which he got his photo on the cover page of the Surfer magazine. And now Nick is a successful motivational speaker, and he has traveled over 24 countries, speaking to more than 1 million people. And now he even moved to Los Angeles in 2007, and he wants to speak to many more people and give the courage and hope to those people who have lost it. Isn't it an extraordinary feat of Nick? We are self-reliant. All our success begins with the way we think. Maybe we are weak physically, maybe our financial problems are so, but never mind about them. Where there is a will, there is a way. That's how Nick started his journey towards motivational speaking, and now he has set an example for all of us. He took up the challenge of giving hope to others. Are we ready to give this challenge to others? Hope you all accept this challenge and walk the greatest walk of your life and set an example for others. Hope you all understood the summary of this lesson. Thank you once again, and do comment in the comment box below and let me know your suggestions and your attitude. Thank you and have a blessed day.